B-Wade. This in-season NBA tournament is so much fun and gives us something to really play for during December. And so we have 3 games coming up on Thursday. I have really looked into them. I'm going to focus on the first 2 games. So we're going to be looking at Toronto at the Heat and then Detroit at Boston. I'm going to show you a slip for each game. We have a 3-man for the first game, a 2-man for the Detroit-Boston game. I'm going to walk you through each pick and why we're taking them, guys. We continue to hit props on this channel. If you're not already, make sure to subscribe. I'm also going to tell you how you can win a signed Jamar Chase jersey that I'm giving away this weekend for free. Let's jump into these picks. So starting with the Raptors Heat game, guys, I'm taking Jacob Poeltl to go over 14.5 points in this matchup. Look, he scores all of his points down low. 96% of his points are scored in the paint, and when you look at the Heat's defense, that is where they're most vulnerable. They're also vulnerable on the wings. It's really hard to find a player that shoots more than 10 or 11% of their shots from the wings, and so I'm targeting a player that plays well and a lot of their points in the paint. Jacob Poeltl is the perfect guy for that. When you look at his play against the Heat this year, just to further show it, there we go. He put up 24 in his first game against them, and then 2 days later he played him again and still dropped 17 after they had just seen him a couple days before. These games were both within the last week, or last 2 weeks, so it's not like this was a different phase of his game. I love him to go over. So we are taking over 14.5 points for Jacob Poeltl. He's also gone over this in 4 out of his last 5 games. He just missed it against the Knicks, but the Knicks defense is on a different level than the Heat's. Next, we're taking Bam over 15.5 rebounds and assists. This might be my favorite play of the night. You look here, he's gone over this in 6 out of his last 7 games, which by itself is really just makes me feel great about it. You look at how they defend the center position, and that is their worst position for defending. They give up a ton of rebounds, a ton of assists to centers. So you come over, okay, they've played twice already this year, right? How has Bam done against them? He dropped 20 rebounds and assists in the first matchup and then 27 in the second. So 10 rebounds, 10 assists in the first matchup, 20 rebounds, and still 7 assists in the second matchup. Looking at that, I like his assist line as well if you're looking for another prop to take for him. But I really like the leniency that we get with rebound and assists. Just in case one ends up holding better than the other, I feel great that we end up with at least 16 rebounds and assists for Bam in this game. So that's going to be our second pick. And my third pick, we're taking Scary Terry over 1.5 3-pointers. So look, they're in the middle of the league as far as 3-pointers given up at 13.6 a game. We go through the different positions. They don't give up many to centers. Right in the middle for power forwards. They don't give up many to small forwards. They're giving up a good amount to shooting guards. Now when we get to point guards, they are in the bottom 10 to 15% of the league, giving up 3.6 3-pointers a game to point guards. So how has Scary Terry done against them in the past? Boom, he's hit at least 2 in every game against them over the last year. And in both games they played this year, he dropped 4 in the first game and 3 in the second. Love this play. Make sure to lock it in. And guys, it's really important you put these picks in the night before, because the more and more people that are betting, the more these lines move quicker. And so we're seeing lines move 1 or 2 points before tip-off on a lot of these plays that are preferable. So make sure to watch these videos the night before or the morning of. Don't wait until 6 o'clock in the evening to lock into these. So that's our third pick on the first slip. You'll see that on the screen here. We put this in on PrizePicks. We're getting 5.5x for it, and PrizePicks is hands down my favorite fantasy app because of all the promos they're giving us, and it's every day. It's not just like 1 or 2 a week like PrizePicks on Taco Tuesday. Just today, on Wednesday, they gave us Curry over, I think it's 18.5 points when his actual line should be 25.5. That's a huge decrease. They're also giving us Jordan Love over a half a passing yard this weekend. That's a free pick. He's going to pass for at least 1 yard. They're doing this every day. They have the best promos in the industry. If you're not signed up on PrizePicks, you need to be. They will also double your first deposit when you use code BWP. You can also just use the link down below in the description, but stop missing out on this free money, guys. PrizePicks is the easiest platform to be profitable on. On top of that, this Jamar Chase autographed jersey, it is authenticated by Beckett. I picked it up just to show my appreciation to you guys for the holidays. I love doing this channel. I love doing this shit. And so I just wanted to say thank you. All you have to do to be entered is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and drop a comment down below. I'm going to do the drawing this Sunday and send it out to one of you guys for free. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and there's a good chance you'll win it. This is not a big channel. I'm going to jump into these last two picks that I have for the Detroit-Boston matchup. We're going with Cade Cunningham over 8.5 assists. And y'all, this line is disrespectful. I can't see this staying at 8.5 until tip-off. This is going to move up. Grab it now. 8.5. He has hit this in 13 of his last 14 games. He hit it both games against Boston this year with either 10 or 14. He hit 14 just a week ago. And you can see here, he's consistently hitting it. I cannot for the life of me look. Boston doesn't give up many assists in general, but when it comes to the point guard position, they're middle of the pack. They're giving up 8.4 a game. Cade Cunningham is an elite point guard. He continues to grow his skill set, and I love him over 8.5 in this matchup. You also see players that have his type of style end up going 55% over their line, right? You see Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Halliburton similar. He went for 12 when his line was 7.5. James Harden had 9 when his line was 7.5. And then, of course, Cade Cunningham hit both those times that we talked about. Make sure to lock this in. Our last pick, we are taking Jaylen Brown. Nope. And our last pick, we are taking Jason Tatum over 3.5 3-pointers made. So when you look at the defense for Detroit, they are not very strong at defending the perimeter. They're in the bottom of the league for really everything except for protecting right under the bucket. Mid-range, they're bad. The one wing, they're good. The other wing, they're terrible. I don't understand that. But, I mean, you look at Tatum, and he's hit this in 61% of the games so far this year. You look at his matchup against them earlier this year, and he dropped 6 3-pointers on them. And players with a similar style are hitting it at a 67% rate against this defense. I really like Tatum to come out now that we're in the playoff phase of the in-season tournament, and I think he's going to drop at least 4 threes on them. And so I'm locking this in as the last pick. You see that on my screen here. We locked this in on Underdog because I couldn't find the Jason Tatum threes anywhere else at this price. Underdog is one of my favorite platforms because they have so many props for each player, anywhere from 10 to 15 different props for each player, and you can also toggle a lot of the lines to go up or down and kind of curate the best entry that you really like. So if you're having trouble finding some of the props that you're either people are posting or that you're finding and you want to take, Underdog has them. Underdog should be one of the tools that you have in your arsenal for putting these slips in, and they are going to double your first deposit up to $1,000. That's up to $1,000 for free, guys. All you have to do is use code BWADE or just use the link down below in the description. On top of that, Daily Grind Fantasy, DG Fantasy, it is a tool that everyone should have if you're putting in, a couple slips every day. What it does is it aggregates millions of data points across all the fantasy apps and even some sports books, and it helps you to take advantage of line movement in real time. And so it tells you what the best picks are on each platform, and it helps you to be profitable. It helps you to put in plus EV picks. I have partnered with them because they've helped me to be profitable over the last year, and they will give you 25% off when you use code BWADE. So check it out, dgfantasy.com. You won't regret it, guys. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Make sure to lock these picks in sooner than later because these lines are going to be moving. These are some of the best picks for these games, and there are going to be other people that see what I see. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Not just because I appreciate it, but also so you can be entered to win that Jamar Chase autographed jersey. Let's make some money this week, boys.